A play of the game from way down.
True, silence. Rainer getting absolutely
a team wipe.
The living bomb's going.
Oh my goodness, the ring. Bombs Tastingo gonna find Rainer. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to twitch.tv/MurdaRG. I'm your host, Murda, as always, hanging out with you guys. I'm joined tonight by the Green Mist. How's it going, Green Mist? You're looking ever so brilliant today. We got a big matchup. Division B East. It's the Tiny Dancers versus the House of Chez. And it's Tiny Dancers entering this matchup as potentially the favored team in this matchup, already winning their week one. They have 3 points in the standings. Yes, it was a 2-0 domination. And unfortunately, so far for House of Chez, they are yet to win a map. So it's 0 wins, 4 losses on their map record currently. But tonight, it's not too late. They can get started here. And if they take some maps off of a team like Tiny Dancers, they're going to be feeling rather good with themselves. Currently hanging out in our lobby. All of our players are here, but I think we're waiting on someone from Tiny Dancers to ready up. I think they had to run away and take care of a kid. Ektar saying Green Mist is his favorite co-caster. Good. Yeah, he's my favorite co-caster too. He lets me do all the talking. Let's talk about the map bans tonight, though. It was House of Chez winning the toss, opting to ban away Braxis Holdout and Dragonshire. Tiny Dancers took away Tomb of the Spider Queen and Sky Temple. And for our map number 1, as chosen by the Tiny Dancers, we're heading into Alterac Pass. Double checking here, making sure. I'm going to put out a quick NGS match live now. Twitch.tv/MurdaRG. Okay, we'll see if anyone joins through that broadcast. How's everyone doing? I see Ektar showing up. He already said hello and was greeting the Green Mist. If anyone else is out there, let us know in chat. Who you here rooting for? You hanging out? Maybe one of these teams are your friends and you want to see them win tonight? Let me know about that so I can give you the proper love that they deserve and you want to hear. I got all sorts of nice things to say today. It was a marvelous day. It was really warm out, actually. Got a lot of work done over at my condo that I'm trying to renovate, which has been a project. It's been a lot of stuff. But we're maybe in the home stretch now. I'm excited for that. Double checking now, making sure they're ready. R from me. Just need to hear back from Feldroth. Okay, it might still be another second, so I'll continue to stall and talk about absolutely nothing here. Had a lot of subs come in recently. In fact, earlier today when I was doing my afternoon stream, you guys brought that number up to 60. Look at that. 60 out of 70. I had to up the subscriber goal because we reached the 60 goal. Looks like we're launching, though. Feldroth says 3, 2, 1. And it's Alterac Pass, baby. Whoa, camera. Fix yourself. There you go. Okay, so game 1, chosen by Tiny Dancers. First to ban here, it's going to be House of Chez. And already you see Flash with that crown on. He's ready to get to banning. Seen a lot of Zool bans. Even last night, Zool became a threat after these nerfs that he received. Still looking as though he can be viable. So will it be a threat? That was Beast Coast last night. Beast Coast? Yeah, Beast Coast playing Zool. And actually Team Happy Cloud had it once as well. I was casting over on the NGS channel, twitch.tv/Nexus Gaming Series, hosting the game of the week between Team Happy Cloud and Beast Coast. That was a fun one. B-Med saying, so many subs! I know! What the heck? You guys are incredible supporting me through this horrible time in my life. You guys are great. You guys are so great. Garrosh taken away, and yes indeed, Zool is still being considered strong, banned out by Tiny Dancers, as we now see Anduin, the second ban for House of Chez, back on over to the Tiny Dancers, and quickly, they're going to take away the Johanna. Welcome to the channel tonight, B-Med. Thanks for hanging with us. Glad I got to see you earlier this week. You stopped by, and I appreciate that. Oh, Orphea, recently buffed up, and I heard she is fun. Haven't had a look at her yet.
New follower.
Honestly, haven't had a chance to play much recently. But yeah, Orphea picked up, and I'm expecting her to be maybe the new It. Maybe she is the new It. I mentioned how Mephisto's been so strong, but now seeing a mage on both sides, I'm doubting he'll be picked up in this matchup. It's Lucio and Li Ming for the Tiny Dancers. Appreciate that follow coming in from Darker Black 11. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for hanging out. 2 picks now for the House of Chez. And as always, I imagine you want to get your support and tank here, but they don't go with their support. They're going to grab a Blaze, maybe a main tank Blaze, maybe an off-lane Blaze. Still plenty of time to figure that one out, but for now, it will be Blaze, it will be Raynor. And we're back on the clock with some bans. First one belonging to the Tiny Dancers. Yeah, they could absolutely ban out a support here. Take something out like maybe the Ana, which can pair in nicely with an Orphea. No, they're going to get rid of the Malfurion instead. I feel like I maybe would have rather seen the Ana ban just to take away that nano boost option. Another follow coming in. This one from Orion Jones. Thanks for hanging out. And Orion saying in chat, I'm torn. House of Chez, our friend. But I love the song Tiny Dancer. Who sings Tiny Dancer? I feel like I've heard of that song. Tiny Dancer. Maybe I should Google it. Tiny Dancer. Oh, Elton John. Oh, okay, yeah, I have heard that song. Adore. Adore. Oh, I didn't put the R in Raynor here in my book. It said Rayno. Who's Rayno? 2 picks here. Tiny Dancers on the clock. Probably want their tank right now. It's going to be Falstead and ETC, and I think these are just fine. Falstead here on Alterac Pass going to give them that flight. You're going to have movement around the map, which will allow Falstead to soak up a lot of extra XP, as well as have option to go into the Bribe. There is that Siege Camp here on Alterac Pass. Mid lane, and having a Bribe could make it much easier to pick up and allow Falstead to get some stacks going on that W. Stukov will be the healer for House of Chez. Waiting to see if this is off-lane Blaze or not. It's going to be main tank Blaze as Ragnaros is picked up for Mariners 005. One pick remains. Probably want some sort of sustain, as I'm assuming the Falstead's going to be split off in a solo lane. Maybe they go for another solo laner here, someone who can just help soak as well. There's also like a gray main available right now, which could be great. It's going to be Mal'Ganis, so this is double tank. ETC likely now going to be the one split out in one of these solo lanes, as Liddell going to be playing the Mal'Ganis. So let me quickly head on over to chat and create a poll so you guys can let me know who you're here rooting for. Let's see. New poll. Who will win game 1? Tiny Dancers, House of Chez, and the poll is open. Alright, so head on over to chat. Up at the top, hit the drop down, select the team you want to win this game number 1. Make sure you hit submit. Already seeing some votes coming in for House of Chez. I'll try to keep these results open and keep my eye on it. That's always the hard part. I can have them open, but do I look over and see what you guys say? I do my best, all right? Believe me. I'm not the best, but I do my best. How does that say? Game 1, let's go. Over here on the left-hand side in the blue tonight, we got the Tiny Dancers. It's AG, Silver AG. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. Playing the ETC. Queen Fishing on the Li Ming. Materium playing the Lucio. Feldroth, the captain's going to be on the Falstead. And here in the solo lane, actually, I was thinking this would be the main tank. Maybe it will be, as Liddell joins him at mid, playing the Mal'Ganis. Once again, they are the Tiny Dancers. And over here on the right in red, we see Mariners 005 playing Ragnaros. Caribou on the Stukov. Flash on Blaze. Chez Mix playing the Raynor. And last but not least, it's the Dude on Orphea. Make some noise. They're known as House of Chez. Level 1's up on the screen. Will be new habits here from Blaze, as well as the bribe from Falstead. Exterminator for Rain are going to be trying to have additional wave clear, potentially a little bit of help for these Merc camps. And on the other side, the party mix from Lucio being stacked up very quickly already, 100 stacks as the team all went to mid together, and some extra value. Blaze now going to jump Propulsion in onto Fell Drop. He's sent down all the way to about, 15% health or so. No death, as he's able to escape now into the circle of Lucio, getting some supporting in. A couple globes down. Just will be the one picked up by ETC, who decided to go with Block Party at level 1. And this is Power Hungry from Lehman. Flight from Falstead up to mid, trying to get as many stacks of minions as he can. Working on that bribe, as we see on the other side of the map. Here's Orphea, Rainer, and Stukov comboing for this siege camp as early as they can. Back on over to the blue side, we now see Leeming and Lucio getting a late start over here. We'll be able to get it out, but it's going to be a little bit late, as the other camps can be pushing up onto their wall by the time they pick this up. So a lot of extra responsibility here for Falstead to play a little bit of cleanup in the mid lane. Trying to keep my eyes on the health bars down on the bottom, but nothing too crazy going on here between Blaze and ETC. They're exchanging punches, but no threat so far in either direction. Curious that they're not using one of these tanks with the main stack of heroes here at mid, which is essentially allowing House of Chez to push in freely with that siege camp. You see the wall already down, one of those towers as well. But now with the Knolls heading in the other direction with plenty of health, potentially we'll see some damage come out from Tiny Dancers. But no, they're going to make the rotation out. Going to look at the Rainer. Chesmic's playing pretty deep, has a penetrating round to knock back Falstead, and is back towards the safety of his towers at the wall. Top lane matchup currently, it's been Mal'Ganis versus Ragnaros. And just as we saw down bottom, really not too much going on in these solo lanes. But I will do my best to watch the health bars, and if we miss any of these kills, it'll be my fault, and I'm sorry. Prisons will be located in less than 10 seconds. They're going to be on the bottom side of the map this time. No camps available. Actually, I lie. Orphea right on top of the camp right now for House of Chez. She's going to try to get that out before heading into the objective. Showing up in support will be Rainer. Has that Exterminator. Stukov as well to help support up this Orphea. He took a bit of damage. And there goes the camp. It is picked up. On the other side, 10 seconds till the siege camp spawns, so might not be picked up during this objective at all by the Tiny Dancers. Jet Propulsion gonna miss, and actually Blaze gonna take a shot from that tower. But not enough to do any harm to him. He's just fine. Right behind is this Stukov. Caribou playing the Admiral here in game number 1. Lucio going to try to interrupt as a few heroes from House of Chez are nearby this prison. Mariner's trying to channel it, but still no success on starting it up. Lucio, the one playing main tank. You don't have Mal'Ganis or ETC nearby. Actually, finally Mal'Ganis shows up. But it's like, who's playing frontline here for the Tiny Dancers? I haven't quite seen it yet. Both teams going to re-engage after a few heroes hitting the well. Mal'Ganis looking to start the channel, but Ragnaros has the meatball nearby, throws it down. And now Blaze flanking from the side does throw down some oil and fire. Slowing down once again that channel that Mal'Ganis is trying to get off. Perfect stall so far from House of Chez as they continue to just berate this Mal'Ganis. It's Blaze walking the wrong direction, and the captain for House of Chez is going to become the first blood of the game. Now Liddell getting low, but it might not matter. Rainer can't quite pick him off. It turns into a triple kill for the Tiny Dancers with the help of Queen Fishing's Leeming. They pick up the 3 and now get themselves the channel started. And this is just 30 seconds needed, our first objective, the quickest and easiest one to grab. Halfway through this channel already are the Tiny Dancers. And I think that, yeah, they did. They got that siege camp out. It's almost ready to go again. There's Orphea and Stukov trying to get their camp for the 3rd time. as the camp just now spawns on the side of Tiny Dancers. I don't think they're going to make it over in time. It's going to disappear, but here come the blue side cavalry. Peeking back at our pregame poll, it looks as though chat is here rooting for House of Chez. They took 67% of the vote. But so far, find themselves down 3-0. It's a level and a half, almost 2-level lead currently for the Tiny Dancers as they're going to continue their push. Mid lane going to be their focus with the Mal'Ganis, Leeming, and Lucio. Bottom lane, we see the ETC. Top lane, it's the Falstead. So all lanes soaked currently by Tiny Dancers. With the cavalry here and level 10s online, Stage Dive, Barrier, Carrion, Swarm. Waiting to see what Falstead and Leeming want. But so far, they're just worried about sieging during this objective, and they're going to get through this entire wall. Possibly 2 towers here in the mid lane. Lucio's going to take some shots, but the tower does fall. Job well done at mid. In the bottom lane, ETC trying to push this in, and here comes some support from Lucio, Mal'Ganis, and Leeming.
Is that the best you can do, Frostwolf? It won't be
No one
enough.
yet making this rotation from House of Chez, but it looks like they're finally starting to come down. Orphea, Blaze, and Raynor, of course, already here in this bottom lane. They're going to get a tower. Likely that's going to be it. It is a 2-level lead right now, 11-9 on the scoreboard. Lucio working on the siege camp. Going to need someone to help. Here comes Leeming. Fourth time in the game, starting to work on it as Falstead trying to be the bully here, walking in, uses a bribe, and then gusts away, but I don't know if that worked, Feldrop. A little bit of trouble there. There's still 1-0 up. Even with the gust, you just bribed twice and gave him the camp. But nice effort. I see what you were going for. We'll get that next time. Ragnaros now looking for the flank across the Bridge of Death at mid, but the Night Rush from Mal'Ganis is going to slow it all down. Orphea trying to throw out anything in response. But not nearly enough value gathered from that flank, and it's going to be once again a safe position set up by the Tiny Dancers, who now have both of their tanks here at mid along with Leeming and Lucio. Top lane's the Falstead, but he's coming down just 10 seconds away from having that gust once again. No level 13s quite yet. I'd imagine the Tiny Dancers are going to stall out as long as they can until they get those 13 talents. There goes ETC towards the bottom lane. Remember, opting for the stage dive at level 10, so you think he's not able to join this fight, but he'll be there at any moment he needs. It's a bush party. Not showing themselves yet. Oh, now they do. Here they come. Jet Propulsion misses as the Leeming able to teleport. There's the gust after the Night Rush, and now we have a big combustion from Blaze hitting onto 2 targets. Orphea's the first to fall. The resets for Leeming, 2 down, make it 4. That was so fast. More kills for the Tiny Dancers, 7-0. And it looks like they're marching immediately up to the boss right now. That's exactly where they're going. Stukov, the only one on the map. Caribou waiting near their own prison. And likely now just going to start up the siege camp. Oh, this is going to be a big swing now in favor of the Tiny Dancers, who are already in the lead. They've now extended the XP total almost level 14 to 11. Yikes, you don't see a 3-level lead too often, but this might be it right here. Also getting to work on the prison. Leeming barely got the channel. Does have it in time. Jet Propulsion connects onto Mal'Ganis. Now he's trying to run away. Will be able to. In the fort is Ragnaros Molten Core top dealing with the boss, but it's not going to save him. That boss is still healthy and still smashing. Siege camp is pushing mid. Want to show you that really quick. It's going to be approaching that fort momentarily, but Raynor's caught out, and Raynor will fall. Trying to channel are these minions, but they're not able to stop it. Tiny Dancers once again shutting them out on the objectives. 8-0 is the kill count. And I think Falstead, how many stacks do you have already? 3 stacks on bribe, and this is sitting at, does it tell me? Maybe it doesn't tell me. Well, it's getting up there, okay? It's getting up there. They're going to rotate the bottom lane, try to save this wall. Cavalry on the way. And also, you got to remember that boss is going to be available in the bottom lane immediately following this objective. So any kills here whatsoever, and you got to believe Tiny Dancers are going to walk right onto that boss and try to grab it. Mid lane's where the defense is at, so this bottom port is likely to fall. Just Blaze here in defense, showing up now as Orphea. They're going to be a little too late trying to defend there. Now they have to start worrying about their keep wall. Top lane, ETC was pushing in. Now, maybe, yeah, he's going to leave. The whole team's going to show up at mid. They just want to get another fort down. And they're going to get it. Now, Gana's going to start taking some of the damage as the minions are arriving. This is some big hits onto it, but still not going to be enough. Great jet propulsion from Blaze is going to slow them down. But they're able to disengage now, almost setting up that 3-level lead again, 16 to 13 in just a moment. Camps available, but like I said, boss available too, and here they go. Falstead, Li Ming, Lucio. All three getting to work. Mal'Ganis now showing up as well. Yeah, I just don't think House of Chez are going to make it here in time. Do they even sniff this out? Doesn't look like it. And that will be the second boss of the game for the Tiny Dancers. Now with Falstead flying over to the siege camp, he's got 1, 2, and 3 bribes. And just like that, they'll be sent down the mid lane as well. ETC is going to clear up the gnolls that are showing up from the House of Chez. Actually, no, he's going to run all the way up to the top lane. Bottom lane, here comes the boss. We want to watch this as it's active. House of Chez is going to have to save a keep wall here. Can they do it? Minion wave still pushing in. Needs to be cleared out. And with Ragnaros in the Molten Core, going to have some Hellfire coming down, trying to protect this wall. But one of the towers down. The wall falls as well. Second tower is going to stand as the Tiny Dancers get ready to back on out of it. Prisons will be down in the bottom lane for the second time tonight. The Dancers are getting ready. They want to channel this immediately, right away. The Blaze is going to be here in time. Also here, the rest of the team. ETC, the only one split out right now, has the stage dive ready to go. Lucio starts the channel, gets the channel. Now the rotation's coming onto the ETC, and Silver gets away with the stage dive. Wow. Wow. Didn't have the stun. You had to have the stun ready. You know, a penetrating round would have done it. The swipes from Stukov might have done it. The jet propulsion from Blaze might have done it. But Mr. Silver, he makes it out alive, and still no deaths have been added in on the side of the Tiny Dancers. They're looking to get their third straight objective, and all the outer forts are down, so they're going to be knocking on some keep doors in a second. Falstead also able to pick up another siege camp at mid, so it's going to be a lot of firepower, including some catapults as well during this push. Shmi in chat saying, do the Tiny Dancers hold each other close? I think so. I think that's a prerequisite.
Let's do this!
Taco also showing up. He likes the Ragnaros pick. I do too. Sorry about that. Had to take a sip of my drink. It's lemonade. And I don't know if you guys have the same problem, but lemonade never seems to quench my thirst. I just get thirstier when I drink it. So I might need to go grab some water during the break here. But let's see what happens here. Cavalry approaching now for the Tiny Dancers, looking to get some keeps. Mid's there, bots there as well, but here's the Molten Core from Ragnaros. That'll slow it down. Flight and stage dive coming out from Falstead and ETC. They want to get to this bottom lane as fast as they can, along with this cavalry. Looking at the well, ETC maybe in a bit of trouble. Blaze and Stukov have shown up. Jet propulsion misses as the swipes come out. Doesn't hit onto any heroes. Keep falling low at 50% already. The rest of the team showing up, including Li Ming, who should be able to poke this down from a distance. Lands an orb onto Raynor, but they're not able to finish off the keep as of yet. They have level 20s though. Need to select the talents, but they're at the mark. Will be House Party for Lucio. Death Mosh for the ETC. Epic Flight for the Falstead. or Epic Mount rather. We're still waiting on 2 more picks, the Li-Ming and the Mal'Ganis. They get the kill on Raynor. I didn't think they would. The Hyperion came out, was trying to zone everything, but they walked right through it. They didn't care. Now Flash may be in trouble. Getting pushed around by Lucio. ETC going in a bit deep. Going to take some shots from the keep. Murda RG needs more vodka. No. You believe me. You don't want Murda drinking and casting. It would sound horrible. Ruck's here. What's up, Ruck? Dude. I saw Simple and Krista this week. I didn't think I'd get to see you too. Thanks for stopping in though, buddy. I haven't seen you in a while. Will be the 3rd boss of the game started up here by the Tiny Dancers, but this time I think maybe their opponents might have it sniffed. Can they get to the top in time though? They're not even going to finish the walk up. They instead just try to clear out this top lane. But little do they know, boss on the way. Prisons have been located and they'll be here soon too. Flight down to the bottom from Falstead. And that keep is down. Good job by Feldroth. Heads up play. He was ready to go whenever he could find a nice path there. Now having to use the Gust as well. On the mount is Orphea. Can Feldroth make it out? Should have 1 more barrel roll. There it is. And with Lucio showing up, ETC here as well, Feldroth will be safe. 9-0's the kill count. Here are those kills. Falstead 3, Li-Ming 2, Lucio 2. And then both the tanks with 1 apiece. Flawless victory. Oh man. I just saw this on the mini-map. Orphea was just right here. Oh, no. Epic Mount coming in from Falstead, but he doesn't have the Gust that time, so couldn't push him back. Swipes coming out from Stukov as the Combustion's going to slow down a few heroes. Barrier only hitting onto Lucio, so not too much value there. Boss does get that top lane keep as Ragnaros hops in the Molten Core yet again. I think this will be another boss. Yeah, that's exactly what we're looking at here. It'll be the, is this 3rd? 4th boss of the game. Oh my god. 4 bosses, potentially 4 cavalry phases too. Tiny Dancers pitching a perfect game right now. But they gotta close it out. Mal'Ganis will be the one sent over to the siege campus on the other side. I think that was Ragnaros just grabbing that for the House of Chez. Falstead now flying towards mid, trying to collect a few more stacks onto that bribe before the end of this game happens. And yeah, it doesn't seem as though they're really concerned at all with the objective. I mean, they know where their opponents are. They're currently clearing out that boss. They got away from Mal'Ganis to get this siege camp, and I think now they're ready to go. Yep, there goes ETC. Lucio trying to channel, but these mercs still bashing him. Li-Ming's going to be the one getting the honors. There's Queen fishing. This time it's going to be 50 seconds needed to channel this. The longest we've had yet. But there hasn't been much of a defense on any of these. Almost level 20s though, and when 20s are here, it's going to be a last chance for House of Chez to find a kill in this match. Or else they're walking out of game 1.
New follower detected.
They'll be down a lot. Jordo Max with the follow. Thanks for popping in. Hopefully you're enjoying yourself watching this Div B East matchup here in NGS Season 9. Are they about to give this up? Looks like they're potentially about to move away from this. 10 seconds is all that's needed. There's the jet propulsion. Hits onto the Li-Ming. Combustion comes out, but it's a little bit too late. So Purist Smash is going to miss as the barrier is going to barely save ETC. It's 6.9 seconds. Nice. 6.9 seconds needed to finish this channel. But they give it up for now as level 20s are secured. Here they are. It's going to be the Flash Fire from Blaze as he's looking for it. Flash playing the Blaze and the Flash Fire. You'll love to see that. There's the stage dive, but not good enough yet. Power Slide is fantastic. And big resets for Queen Fishing once again. Finding the triple kill. Now the flight coming out from Falstead. He has 1 bribe. I thought he was going to triple bribe that, but it looks like he must not have had enough in the bank. Silver and Queen Fishing gonna finish off the prison, and this should be GGC and next right here. I guess it can't be a perfect game unless you get down all the structures, so they're gonna stop off at mid before closing it out. 30 plus seconds for 3 heroes to respawn. Molten Core is active from Ragnaros, but I don't think Lucio's gonna let anyone fall this late in the game. 13-0 is the kill count. as the Tiny Dancers walk away with this game number 1 victory. And let's take a look at this match summary brought to you by Nexus Gaming Series. Pretty good one there in game 1, but outstandingly done by the Tiny Dancers. Most notably, I don't know. They were all good. No one did bad. I mean, Falstad was all over the map. ETC was all over the map. Li Ming, she got her reset. She led the game in hero damage by double anyone else. Lucio, tremendous healing. The output, incredible. Double the other side. And yeah, Mal'Ganis, it worked. Great job. Let's take a look at these talents. Was the orb build with the glass cannon for Li Ming at level 20 going with the Tal Rasha's elements. Definitely finding some value. And that final triple kill was just nasty. Hopefully someone was able to clip that. Share it with your friends later on. But we're going to take a short break. Want to make sure everyone's having a good time here tonight. But we do have a few messages from our sponsors. We have an advertisement for the Nexus Gaming Series, the Patreon. If you want to support NGS, head on over to patreon.com/Heroes Nexus Gaming Series. You can contribute, you can get some sweet swag, and it keeps the lights on. So the more you can do for the league, the more the league can do for you. We'll be back in about 3 minutes as we get ready for this game number 2. And welcome back for this game number 2. We got another sub coming in. I was about to quickly say thank you to Feldroth, who hit the sub button as I was disappearing. But now we got Materium22 hitting the sub button as well. Thank you guys so much for these subs tonight. Definitely helping me out keeping these lights on. I do have to oblige Shui because 4 minutes ago he requested in chat for the shade swap and hat swap. So I got to come back in 2 seconds with new shades, new hat moment here. Okay, we did it. New shades, new hat, Shui. You're welcome. Enjoy. We're here in this Game 2 lobby. It looks like we're heading into Infernal Shrines. Ready? Ready? Ready. You like it, Shui? You like it? The Heroes of the Storm hat? You got the shades, kind of match. Look alright. And I have to go on this little... How do I do this? How do I do this? Let's see. Reward queue. Mark as complete. Mark as complete. Thank you for your business. You cashed in your medallion, Shui. Teams are waiting to hit the ready button. I think we just need to hear from the Tiny Dancers. Materium also a member of Tiny Dancers here, so appreciate you guys and showing that support. I have to promise, I can't show you guys bias though. So if House of Chez kicks your ass in this game too, that's what it's gonna be. But I love you guys. Thank you so much for that. It really does mean a lot. You guys are awesome. Here we go. Game number 2. It's Infernal Shrines, baby. First pick belongs to the Tiny Dancers this time, as the map was chosen by HOC. Game 1, the Tiny Dancers banned out Zul, Johanna, and Malfurion. I'd imagine they're thinking at least of the Zul and Johanna at some point here in the top half. The Malfurion might not end up seeing that banned out again. But definitely maybe some worry on the Zul and maybe some worry on the Johanna, as this is a much better map than Alterac Pass for those two heroes. A lot of wave clear needed, especially during the objective phases inside the shrine. But instead they want to take away the ETC. And I don't quite know why. Do we have a sub here? I don't... a substitute player, rather? I don't know if Ridley played in Game 1. Did Ridley play in Game 1? I feel like there was a different player. So this might be a substitute coming in. Screen cap and enhance. Can see your screen in specs. Oh. Here, is that better? Now you can really see my screen. Wow, that was an annoying noise, Murda. All these tanks banned out. Blaze taken out as a second ban from Tiny Dancers, and Garrosh was the ban from House of Chez. Zul, the final ban here in our first set of bans. So won't be an option now for the Tiny Dancers with their first pick. It does, however, leave open the Johanna, and smart banning is leading directly into that pick. Well done by the Tiny Dancers, I must say. Two picks now for House of Chez. Ooh, shiny. Ruck, sorry, I'm on a 30-second delay while I'm casting these, if you're not aware. So when you type things, it takes me 30 seconds to, like, talk back to you, and then that whole... Yeah. So I'll do my best to reply, but just be aware that it's not, like, an immediate response you're getting. Brightwing, Deathwing, 2 dragons. You'll love to see it. And that's Lunara. And that's Arthas. Huh? Okay. Bringing 2 big boys once again. Liddell and AG Silver AG. I want to be beefy. And it worked so well in Game 1. Like I said, perfect game. Nothing went wrong. 3-level lead all throughout. They got 4 bosses, 4 objectives, 6 structures. What more can you ask for? No deaths. Kael'thas final ban for House of Chez. As we have 1 ban left, it belongs to the Tiny Dancers, who are yet to lose a map here early in this NGS Season 9. What will they take out? Do they take out a tank? We do see the Deathwing Brightwing. It will be. It's going to be the Muradin. So once again, 2 picks for the House of Chez. Flash, you played the Blaze in Game 1, won't have an option for that here in Game number 2. Tanks remaining, perhaps the Mal'Ganis is being thought about. It'll be Diablo, though, and they're going to get a Vala to pair in with it. Diablo, Vala. 2 Diablo heroes there. As there's 2 picks left, needing a healer. And likely a... oh. If you guys haven't been watching me cast, last night during the game of the week, I told you guys at home, Mephisto is now the best hero in the game. Fight me. If you don't believe me, watch some NGS. Watch what this guy is able to do. This hero in particular is nuts right now. Final picks Leoric. So chat, time for you to let me know what you're thinking at home. Who are you here rooting for? I gotta write this in my book really quick before I forget to do it. Leoric. I'm gonna open up our Game 2 poll. I want you guys to let me know who you think is gonna win our game number 2. So here we go. Who will win Game 2? Didn't quite type that perfectly. There we go. Tiny Dancers or House of Chez? And the poll is open. So head on over to your chat right now. It's up at the top of your chat. That way, that way, that way. Yeah. Hit the drop down arrow. Select the team you want to win. Hit submit, and we're all good. View results. Jordo Max in chat saying Mephisto is actually bonkers. He is. Just watch it. He's so safe. He does so much structure damage. It's at a premium right now. Getting structures and having a mage that can get structures is premium. Here we go. Game number 2. Let's introduce this team on the left-hand side first. We got Silver. I can't say Silver 3 times fast. Playing the Arthas. Liddell's going to be on the Johanna. Materium playing Tyrande. Queen Fishing on the Lunara. And Feldroth on that super spooky Mephisto. Ladies and gentlemen, they are known as the Tiny Dancers. And over here on the right-hand side, we got the House of Chez. It's Chesmix up front on the Leoric. Flash playing the Vala. The dude on Diablo. Caribou on that Brightwing. And up in the sky, playing the Deathwing is Ridley, if I'm not mistaken. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for the House of Chez. Shui in chat finally seeing that I changed my hat and glasses for him. Yes, indeed I did. I have to. It's by law here on my channel. A lot of damage coming out. Maybe looking for their first kill of the night. Will they get it? No! Johanna living with 209 hit points. Here's the phase shift in from Brightwing to support up the Diablo. But oh boy, you gotta be upset if you're the House of Chez not finding that kill. You're desperately waiting to get your first of the night. And that maybe coulda, shoulda, and woulda been that it right there. Been that it right there. Yep, that's English for you. Just throw words together, Murda. They'll understand. Siege can't pick up now. Tiny Dancers on their side, but ooh, a little sneaky down in the bottom lane, taking the neutral camp. Is the House of Chez. I like this move. I like this aggression. And I'd imagine it's going to pay off dividends. Here comes Johanna, however. Going to have it scouted out. Waiting for the team to show up. Now the camp is cleared. Johanna on the point, and this Mephisto damage. Watch the resets, because he already got one. There's a Lunar Flare hitting 2 targets. Diablo low, and the dude will fall. The camp steal did not happen, however. But they do get the first blood of the game knocking out the Diablo. Shui saying my English sounded very Canadian when I can't speak English. Yep. Must have been the vodka. Yep, maybe. Maybe, baby. Game 2 poll so far, actually poll complete. 100% of the vote went over to the Tiny Dancers. You guys liked what you saw in Game 1, and you're feeling confident here in our game number 2. Camp available on the side of House of Chez. Here comes Johanna, has it scouted. Vala's waiting there. Lunara applying the slows, and Flash is in a lot of trouble. Vala is down. Caribou on the Brightwing so low, has to move away. And this time, they'll be able to steal away the camp very easily. A few heroes potentially needing some mana, but looking pretty good on health. Feldroth's going to get an orb there, and with that globe, should have enough mana to head on up to our first shrine. Deathwing using that Skyfall down in the bottom lane, so won't be using it on the point, and presumably won't be near that shrine for a little bit. Gonna have to make the slow walk up. Ruck, also a fellow Canadian, by the way, Shui. He says in chat, needs an a boot, and some maple syrup. You gotta believe that. Mephisto looking for the resets and does find a lot of cooldown reduction. Look at it go. Another kill onto Diablo. He's only at 43 stacks so far. As Ridley shows up with his Deathwing, phase shift in onto the Vala from Brightwing, and Flash should be healthy now, but 32 Skeletal Defenders already picked up with Lunara in here. Tyrande still in here. They only need 3 more, and they're likely to get them right now. There it goes. Mephisto looking to spread some more damage as Leoric chasing down the Arthas top lane is going to give it up. Mortar Punisher mid lane's been summoned for the Tiny Dancers, trying to end out this mid lane as quick as possible. But I don't expect it to get much further than the fort if they get the fort at all. There's the leap over on top of Vala. Both towers now down. They're going to set their focus onto the fort itself. Brightwing trying to heal the team up, but Flash so low. 100 health. Oh, almost gets hit by the mortars. And Ridley's now in trouble, being chased away by Mephisto, and Deathwing will fall. 4th kill of the game, and still no deaths the entire night on the side of Tiny Dancers. They get through the fort. Objective complete, and job well done by the Tiny Dancers. A few camps available. Bottom lane siege camp currently, but they want to get some damage onto this wall while they can. Minion wave from the other side hasn't quite crashed here yet, so getting some value while the towers aren't shooting them. They get through one of those towers. Now here's Vala trying to keep them off their mounts, but they will be safe back by their wall. Diablo checking out the siege camp, still nothing. Here's the Skyfall in from Deathwing, but the Shade Mephisto had Feldroth return to a very safe spot. Top lane Lunara and Tyrande getting a bruiser camp as there is an invade happening. Here comes the dude. They're on even levels. They want to try to get this siege camp away from the Tiny Dancers if they can. And no response, but ooh, I love this aggression. They know where their opponents are at, and they say, fine, take our siege camp, we'll take your bruiser camp. And this will end up being a better trade for the Tiny Dancers, but they have to get it down before someone shows up, and they have plenty of damage to do so. So there it goes. Double bruiser camp top lane. Just the Leoric here playing defense. Oh boy, this could be big right now for them. Deathwing's at mid. Bottom lane, there's a siege camp being worked on by Flash, Caribou, and the dude. And they'll get this one with ease. Johanna and Lunara just a moment too late. Now it's a full level lead. Almost at level 10 are the Tiny Dancers. Arthas in the top lane trying to get through that tower, and does. See what these heroic selections are. Yeah, it's going to be the Shadow Stalk for Tyrande. I wasn't sure if she'd go with the Starfall. And that is Consume Souls for Mephisto, which has not been the pick. Most players currently selecting the Durance of Hate. It gives them an extra layer of CC and a lot more opportunity for Mephisto to finish off kills that he starts. So I'm not sure if I'm in love with the Consume Souls, but it's not the end of the world. It's not a horrible pick at all. This is Thornwood Vine for Lunara, the Blessed Shield, of course, and the Army of the Dead for Arthas. Level 10's right around the corner for the House of Chez. They're gonna have to defend this bottom lane fort. And I like what I'm seeing. Deathwing coming on the flank. Should have access to that Cataclysm, and yes, he will. He's going to pull the trigger. But everyone steps right out of it. No value for Ridley. So unfortunate. Fell dropped in a weird spot. Gets slammed into the wall by Diablo, but the Entomb maybe saving him a bit, and now turning around with the damage himself. Trying to finish off this Lightning Breath Diablo. The dude's in a lot of trouble. Very low. Gets rooted in by Arthas, and now Consume Souls. Gonna pick up one, and Diablo's gonna fall for two. Flash on the Vol is very low, but won't end up falling. Just a double kill that time for the Tiny Dancers. Shrine is active all the way up in the top lane. And I think they're gonna head on up. Yes, they will. 6-0. After what happened in game 1. And these Tiny Dancers are looking incredible right now in Division B East. Videl under pressure, going to be able to walk on out as Arthas is going to walk into the shrine. Frozen Punisher will be summoned next. It's Mephisto, Lunara, and Arthas currently, now joined by Tyrande and Johanna. Working on getting these Skeletal Defenders down, but remember, still no level 13 talents for them. They have the opportunity to play this slow on any sort of engage, just back on out, wait for your level 13 talents and take the fight then. Deathwing coming in with the Skyfall. Now Mephisto trying to once again spread out that damage onto the enemy team. Once again going in and getting the kill. Leoric is down. Videl taking that charge from Diablo, but the Blessed Shield goes out and slows them down enough to maybe pick him off. Black Soul Stone was complete, and Black Soul Stone is empty. Diablo respawning in 3 seconds, but going to be much weaker now when he gets back up to this top lane. And still no deaths. No one yet is dead on the side of Tiny Dancers. I can't believe it. 2-level lead once again. 8-0 on kills. They're about to get themselves yet another objective. This one going to be pushing the top lane on a weakened wall. Actually, wall and tower is gone, officially. And this being a Frozen Punisher, it will be slowing down these towers. Gonna deactivate them and won't be shooting out any shots. So extra time to siege. And here they go, quickly whittling through this top fort. Arthas has been split out to the bottom lane. Lunara is going to join. They might want to try to get that low-hanging fruit. That fort sitting on very low HP as Mephisto, Johanna, and Tyrande trying to combo in with this Frozen Punisher onto this top lane keep wall. Minions have shown up as well as Mephisto is going to throw out that Lightning Nova, getting as much spread as he can. Now setting their focus onto the enemy Bruiser camp. They get through the wall, one of the towers, but I don't think they get the second one. Will they get this Bruiser camp? It's going to be really close. Stun coming out from Tyrande. Perfectly done. There's the Blessed Shield as well. Johanna is going to be just fine. And indeed she is. She makes it out. Camp stolen away. In fact, the other camp, the Siege camp, this one, it was just taken away as well. So a double invade, a double steal. And they're ready to paint this entire map blue. Lunara's in the bottom. Johanna, Tyrande, Mephisto. And Arthas now, the last up here on the Bruiser camp. The rest of the team is going to help out. But this will be all 5 Merc camps recently grabbed by the Tiny Dancers with a 2.5 level lead, up 8-0 on kills, 4 belonging to Mephisto. I already told you he's the best hero in the game right now. And still no deaths. They're going to make the rotation top lane. Deathwing is up here. Ridley may be in trouble. Going to Cataclysm out. But they're following along the fire trail as AG Silver AG trying to slow down the unslowable. Can Ridley get away? Yes, he can. Oh, but 168 health. That Lunar Flare. Excuse me, the Sentinel almost took him out. Looking to get what they can onto the keep. They bring it down to 60%. They're going to rotate out, look for something elsewhere. Can really take any fight they want at this point. Having the 3-level lead, the Talontier advantage. Access now to unfair advantage for Lunara. Especially paired in with the slows from Arthas, that talent becomes incredible. And great soak coming out from the Johanna, helping out the team where she can. trying to harass this Leoric. As Mephisto shows up, going to get some damage onto the wall. Arthas as well. Full 5-man stack here from the Tiny Dancer. Spooky Hand going to miss, but the Entomb does not. Arthas in a weird spot, and here comes Deathwing slamming in with that Skyfall. But still, no kills. They can't quite find enough damage from the rest of their team to follow up onto these great Entombs. And, you know, Deathwing with a pretty good Skyfall there didn't quite net enough for them. Next shrine just called 25 seconds away. And I don't think there's any chance at level 16 for the House of Chez. They're going to have to force a fight here. As Tyrande tries to scout out that Vala, barely missing with the Sentinel. My water is officially out. I meant to get it between games, but I didn't. I'm a horrible person. And the dude, maybe under pressure again, sitting at 66 stacks on the Black Soulstone. Will be able to walk on out, but pressured far enough away that there's going to be so much room here now. All 5 heroes from the Tiny Dancers able to start working on the shrine. Lunara's Wisp in a great spot. Look at this. Really good spot. Wide open. Getting vision of the Leoric and this Diablo walking in. The dude in trouble. The dude getting stunned. And the dude will fall. Great Entomb inside that Cataclysm. Might be the first kills. And finally, the House of Chez is on the board. Lunara is down. Arthas is low, trying to eat the ghouls, trying to get some health. Can he get out? Polymorph from Brightwing. AG Silver AG at 400 health, being chased by Leoric. But the Howling Blast going to keep Chesmic steady. But it's got to feel good for the House of Chez finally finding a kill. Keeping themselves in this game as they're trying to work on their first objective. Here comes Johanna. Good cleanse from Brightwing. Going to slow that down. 33 to 28. The lead belongs to the Tiny Dancers. Now just 2 more needed. Consume Souls going to help collect 2 more kills. Deathwing falling in from above, but can Ridley make it out? Goes back in after his last armor plate went down. Deathwing falls 42 seconds until he's back. And this is an Arcane Punisher now for the bottom lane, excuse me, mid lane. Looking to get their first keep of the game with 3 heroes dead. Looking pretty good for him to do it right here. And that is Hippity Hop by Lunara, so she's going to be back here a little bit quicker than usual. And there she is right now, Queen Flashing. Queen Fishing, excuse me, not Flashing. Flash is on the other side. And that'll be the keep down. All heroes have respawned except for Deathwing. He's up in 3 seconds. And they're trying to go for the core here. Surprisingly so, they get the kill on Diablo. Chesmix is low. And the Leoric's dead. Also the Brightwing now. It's a triple kill. Vala's so low. Arthur's trying to keep her there. Can't quite do it. Just Deathwing and Vala remain. Consume Souls. Yes, gets the kill on Deathwing. And that's going to be game number 2. And the set handed over to the Tiny Dancers. Let's take a look at this match summary brought to you by the Nexus Gaming Series. A 2-0 domination. Their second of the season for the Tiny Dancers. Looking outstanding. They had 1 death all night. Almost walked away with a perfect showing. But yeah, they blew it at the end. Just the 1 death. Excellently played by them. Also want to credit the House of Chez for coming out and putting their best efforts forward tonight. Definitely enjoyed watching this matchup. Unfortunate we didn't make it to a game number 3, but so be it. It is what it is. Here's the talent screen. Before we move on, I'm going to try to get an interview started up. I'm going to reach out to Feldroth here and see if he's available. Feldroth. There he is. Interview? And I'm gonna hop in the lobby. Looks like he's coming. Awesome. Okay. Feldroth is here. Welcome, man. Wow.
Thank you.
Wow. 1 death all night. That's the main storyline here. How does the team feel after putting forward that huge performance?
We feel good. We felt like we executed well and we're disciplined, and that's always the main win for us. Is if we feel like we played optimally, then we're happy. So that was definitely what happened, and yeah, we were pleased with how it turned out for sure.
I mean, it certainly looked really good from my end. Game 1 on Alterac Pass, you guys came in with the double global, the Falstead, the ETC, and it seemed to me like it worked just fine. You want to talk a bit about how the ETC turned into also having the Mal'Ganis and going for that double global?
Yeah, so it came a little bit down to the analysis of Chez before the game. We felt like we could get the best advantage possible through globals and basically heavier macro game. We also have we feel our head wrapped around Alterac pretty well. It's a map where if you know how to play the objective to your advantage in terms of capping it, you can do a good job of just controlling how the game goes. If you have characters that can get value in other lanes and the rest of your characters can just poke and not let them capture yours and you're getting value, if they decide to counter you, then you just rotate everyone to attacking theirs and you just keep that going. As soon as you get an advantage on that map, it starts to shift really quickly because you can just shift to fully defending and letting all your lanes push in, or fully being aggressive really fluidly. So that was kind of our goal there. We knew we had a weaker team fight technically when it came to numbers, so we knew that if we could get that advantage, then it would play heavily into our favor.
Well, I could tell you personally were sneaking away, trying to find every little advantage you could with that Falstead. You flew over to their side of the map. You had the bribes ready. You saw them there. You bribed one, and then you gusted, and then the other two are still alive. You're like, oh, whoops, I'm out of here.
I handled that way wrong. So that was my mistake, because I was like, all right, I need to bribe these and then blow them, bribe these and then gust them away, and then I gusted and I was like, oh, wrong order, come on. So I tried to bribe the other two, but then I was moving in too forward. I'm like, you know what, lost cause, not worth it. The fact that I bribed them, even if they get the camp anyway, gives me stacks.
Yeah, sure,
so
you still
good.
get the W
Yeah.
stacks, of course.
Right.
It was a great game 1. You guys had, I think, 4 bosses, 4 objectives, every structure down. I called it a perfect game on Alterac Pass. Well done there. But then we move on to Infernal Shrines, and you guys are looking just as good. Everything going your way, just the one death. What do you feel was the biggest difference maker in game number 2?
We focused really hard on game number 2 to making sure that we were having a reactive draft where any direction they tried to go, we made sure to pivot, so they had to shift again and again. Which, if you can force them to do that, then it creates a dissonance in their draft that is really hard to execute on. So we were playing that game, and I think they picked up Deathwing because we left him open. We're still not kind of sure. We've never really liked him, so we've just played against him really well always, and we're not sure if that's us or if that's him as a hero. They nerfed him again today, so we weren't terribly worried. But they started picking a bunch of frontline, so at the end they had a squishy backline and a bunch of frontline, so I was like, all right, well, that's Mephisto. He does good against heavy frontline and squishy backline, so that's
You know
it.
who he does really well against is just the Deathwing, for the sole fact that the model of Deathwing is so big, your Lightning Nova is going to hit it every single time.
Yeah. You can't help but hit it. It's just like I teleport AFK, hit Deathwing, and max reset.
I said during the draft, I think Mephisto's right now, he's actually the best hero in the game, in my opinion. What, you think he's that high up?
I think he's pretty close to that high up. He's seen in the last month, I'd say, a ton of play. And it's mainly because this is a really heavy CC meta right now, and he can provide consistent damage as what I'd call like a sustained mage that can develop into burst without really risking himself, because he's always engaging through his teleport automatic escape. So there are definitely counters to him. I think he's good after the ban, the mid-ban phase, but I think he's super strong right now for sure.
Curious, you ended up going with the Consume Souls over the Durance of Hate. I've seen a lot more players recently going with the Durance to add in that extra layer of CC. I suppose you just felt you had enough CC already with the comp? Is that why you ended up going with the Consume Souls?
Yeah, we had enough CC with the comp, but Mephisto does well against, the melee characters that he can get constant resets off of, but he also does well because he can hit the backline consistently. So against a really squishy backline, against an Ana, against a Brightwing, against a Vala, against those other squishy characters, he can teleport, drop their health down to really low, and then just sit in the backline and pop those consumed souls. If you noticed at 1, I went the talent that gives me spell power bonus of 25% once I hit heroes. So I just consistently time it for that. I make sure I have that going, and then I sit backwards and I basically throw a Pyroblast on their whole team, guaranteed hit. So it's really important, I think, because the danger with Mephisto is that you're choosing a sustained damage mage. And then we also have the Lunara, which is sustained damage. So you need some kind of burst ability in order to, finalize that kill pressure. So I feel like when you have a burst character played with Mephisto, you can get away with playing the root because you have something to follow it up with. But against a Deathwing who's already not going to get captured and a Brightwing who can just cleanse the whole thing anyway, it just wasn't going to provide the value I needed.
Well said. Maybe taught me something there. I appreciate it.
Sure thing, man.
Hey, so Division B East, it's going really well for you guys. That's 2 matches. That's 2 dominations. You guys are in first place with 6 points. Who in this division, if anyone, are you most worried about or most anticipating the matchup with?
It's too early to say. I think every single team I've seen has the potential to land it in the finals, in the playoffs. The interesting thing is that in last season we saw in this division a ton of vertical movement when it came to skill level. A bunch of the teams improved dramatically over the course of the season. So I expect that to happen again as players and teams find their role. There's a couple of teams that haven't really lost yet, so they're looking good, but I think literally everyone's set up to do well. So I think that's a sign of some great division placement. So.
Well, you're getting some really good response from Chez in chat. He says he's blown away by this guy's interview. Well thought out, well spoken. So congrats, I guess, Veldroff.
Thank you. I'm gonna go and lean into professional interviewing, and we'll become a caster interview pair, and it'll be great.
Oh, that'd be incredible. I'd love it.
Awesome.
I don't have any more questions. I just got to say you guys were outstanding tonight. That was a clinic, to say the least. I got to give you some space for some shout-outs, though, my bud. Floor's yours.
Shout out to our team members. We've had some roster changes last minute as the season started, so shout out to Fishing Queen for jumping in and being an awesome team player. Shout out to Elijah, who's a permanent team member last season, who had to take a step back because of work in this crazy time, and shout out to how well everyone's staying together and unified as a team. Shout out to you for casting us, and finally shout out to all our families who put up with us taking the time and having fun with this crazy game. So
well, Feldroth, I hope you and your family are all safe and healthy right now, and wishing you best of luck throughout this season 9.
Appreciate it. We have a match on Sunday if you want to pick it up.
Oh, okay. I might look into that. I got a lot of time on my hands right now.
You got it. All right. We'd love to see you. We appreciate you. Thank you.
All right, buddy. Appreciate it too. I'll see you soon.
All right. Later, man.
All right, chat. So that's the end of the match. Here, let's swap over. Let's hang out here for a second. Back with the Green Mist. He's been such a great co-caster tonight. But we're not done yet. We have some more NGS going on later this evening.